The extended Project Qualification, EPQ, is offered to students at the beginning of Year 12. It aims to extend their critical thinking, research and analytical skills. Here is what this year's students thought about the qualification.
So my EPQ question is, can water depletion be reversed in 30 years in Kazakhstan? And it essentially focuses on the economic and environmental aspects of the largest ecological crisis in Kazakhstan.
So my EPQ basically answers the question of to what extent can political advertising be considered propaganda? And there I basically analyzed the digital marketing tools employed by different political campaigns and then analyzed what about them makes them propagandistic and what does that impose to the current democratic societies.
Over the past 6 months, it for sure has been a lot of work and effort put in, mostly because of the strict deadlines, but these deadlines also help to stay on track.
It's definitely an extensive project. It takes a lot of time and a lot of focus, so if you want to participate in, engage in this project, then you definitely have to have a lot of discipline. However, I also think that the work is definitely worth it, especially if you pick a topic that you yourself are interested in, then it doesn't feel like a lot of burden, like it actually develops a lot of your skills.
Writing part-wise, the skill of forming arguments and referencing your work, as well as following the writing style and guide, was something I for sure improved. But also, since my EPQ involves the production of the artifact, I also gained some sewing skills and learned a lot about the ballet area.
So apart from the obvious research skills, I've also gained heavy discipline skills because this isn't a subject in school that a teacher sets you homework for. It is something you choose to do and something you need to train yourself to do every single day to make sure you don't fall behind.
Hardest part has probably been time management. Because you're doing so much on your own, you're going to have to kind of learn how to structure your time in a way that stresses you out the least, so that you can get the most work done.
Definitely analysis, because just finding a lot of articles and basically sources isn't enough, because you don't want to be describing what you found. You want to be basically synthesizing the information into your own argument. Then definitely organization, because especially if you have a lot of articles, a lot of sources, then you kind of have to have this method of knowing where you keep each source and what information you're going to use from it, and then also just having the overall structure and outline of your EPQ. And finally, I'd say just patience and discipline, because when it comes to research, it's definitely there's going to be things that you will have to change, that you'll have to work on, and it's not something where you get it perfectly done from the first draft. You'll definitely have to come back and rewrite certain parts.
Oh, absolutely. Apart from your CV being more attractive to potential universities or internship opportunities, it, I think, allows the person to explore themselves more in terms of their curiosity, as you create the question yourself, meaning that you need to be so devoted and passionate about a subject to actually write proper research. So it not only lets your personality shine, but it also allows you to explore principles like self-discipline, courage, and heavy reflective skills.
I definitely would advise people to do it. I think it's, again, very helpful for the future, but also just as it helps you develop so many skills, and it's something you can be proud of, and you don't have to wait for university to have something like this.
So far it definitely allowed me to gain more insight about overall the fields that I'm interested in, because for example, I was considering studying psychology, but of course the things that we study in school aren't as in depth or reflective of the actual field. So I think by looking at actual research papers and just also interlinking it with international relations, like in my case with propaganda and how that affects the democratic societies, it definitely gave me more insight about the fields that I want to pursue.
I have decided what I want to study in university prior to the EPQ, but I think the EPQ has strengthened my decision because I want to study environmental science. And this project has helped me realize so much more about the field that I hadn't known, and it has helped me discover my niche and to focus more on Central Asia. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.